I'm so sad. I'm so sad. All right, take number three. Get a sound issue. Okay, well, go through it a little bit faster. I was asked to do an episode 0, uh, because it gets a little when you get thrown right in. Completely fair. Um, we'll go over a couple key points. Number one, not played D&D. To know about it, I am the DM, the dungeon master. I create the world. I have the bones of the whole everything. To bring it to life, we need the meat. And that's my players, and I currently have 4 of them. They each are their own individual characters that they designed and has their own character sheet, which just basically says this is that's all it is. Um, now what you need to know if you've never played D&D is that none of it really matters. We're all just people. We're grown adults playing make believe or dress up doll, uh, both at the same time, most definitely. And it's a little bit wonky at times, and others is a little bit more serious. And it's as simple as that. It's just if you were thrown into a different world, simple as that. They're just role playing a character. For those of you who have played D&D, you'll notice we're quite lackadaisical on some of the rules. Um, and you will notice that color is probably throwing you for a loop if you watched any of the episodes before this one. Let's talk about that a little bit. This is my world. This is the continent Kapur. We have 5 countries. As you can tell, it's in white and black. That's A, I'm lazy. B, I'm lazy. C, um, the world's a little bit white and black. Ooh. Um, but anyways, so as the story goes, 30 years from the start of our story, 30 years ago, the god left the world completely. Our 21 dragon gods from the Dragonlance deities cessated. So it's called the heavenly cessation, happened 30 years ago. And ever since then, color has been draining, and it's kind of a big mystery. We don't know why the gods left, but many different people groups reacted very differently in how they see it. That's something you'll get into in the campaign. Um, so the heavenly cessation happens, into which the gods just go, "I'm done." And if we were to take it more proper, the quote that the gods each said was, "I," listed their name. So I, for example, I Paladine revoke my heavenly material. End of statement. Then the sky shattered a little bit, and we no longer see any of his magic in the world. Now, after all the gods did exactly that statement and then left, supposedly, different people groups have different opinions, but most importantly, the color in the world just started changing and depleting and a whole bunch of things. And it's a very wonky system. And a lot of it is based on belief. So you will see different people groups when they're at high color value, low color value. It might mean a lot to them or mean something negative to them. So what you might even see is at a low color point value, some people may see zombification. Um, and it's, as I stated, the only known thing is it's kind of a system of belief. If you really believe it, if your soul believes this is hurting you, then I guess it is. On the other hand, people at high color point values might just be able to do feats unheard of in this world because they believe it possible. It's quite as simple as that. Um, last little bit of information. On our countries, we got number 1, Heinen Woods. 2, Syndica City. Number 3, Hills of Beirut. Number 4, Crunchnik Capital, and number 5, Morndal. Each have their own view on color. Each person has their own view on color too. But our story begins in the hills of Beirut, number 3, on the northwest edge of that river that you see there. And that's all you need to know right now. As far as I go, all the video editing you're going to see is something I learned probably 30 minutes before the session began. And good luck. Um, the whole world was birthed out of the first video, the man playing banjo. I was just doing some dishes one night, and I guess it was a culmination of how life just works, where everything came together. But I was doing dishes, and I said, "Oh, I have a nifty idea," and I just kind of let the ball roll from there. Uh, I might add some other songs to the playlist that were just inspiration, or I might not. Who knows? But this has been fun for my take number 3. Ooh. All right. Well, I hope to see you guys soon for our next episode. All right. Goodbye. One second. I gotta make sure I use our end screen. Hold on.